Raise one leg as high as you can. Okay, and down. The other one. Okay, is one leg harder to raise than the other?
This one.
Now go ahead and raise one up at a time. Okay, well that's going up higher. And the other one? How's that?
Feel better.
Welcome everybody, Dr. David Kulla here with Synergy Wellness, Chiropractic and Physical Therapy. Today we have a young gentleman that actually found us on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Who's having back pain for about a year now, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we just did an exam on him, took some x-rays as well because the back's been bothering him a good part of the year. And he lifts a lot of heavy boxes and may have injured himself at work, but nevertheless, I want to discuss what's going on with him. He does have a slight scoliosis curve, a mild one, but the main issue with him, and I'm going to have you zoom in right here to Facet Syndrome, this square right here, and if you look at that, this is what Facet Syndrome is, and this is what he's suffering from. A lot of times it comes from people that sit a lot, and he just says that he sits a lot, he plays video games. So also another common issue, not just people that sit a lot, but also people that have weak abdominal muscles and weak hamstrings. And that causes a postural imbalance that I've done videos on called lower cross syndrome. And the belly kind of drops out and the back goes into hyperextension right here because the abs are weak and the hamstrings are weak. So, and then typically the quads, the front of his thighs, are going to be real tight. His, you know, for a guy his age, he should be able to bring his heels to his butt right here, and he can't. So he needs to work a little bit on the flexibility there of his quads. But that's what we're dealing with here, Facet Syndrome. And if you look at this picture here, Facet Syndrome is when typically it happens at the L5-S1 junction. Doesn't have to happen there, but that is the most common area, okay? And the facets have, those are the joints in the spine, they have a lot of nerve endings in them. And commonly, if you have Facet Syndrome and if it's not taken care of, eventually that'll lead to arthritis in that area of the spine. So you want to address it quickly and address the postural deviations, which we will do with him a little bit more in our following visits. Today we're just going to get him some pain relief. It's his first adjustment, so we are popping his chiropractic cherry today. But that's what we're dealing with, Facet Syndrome. If you have any questions about Facet Syndrome, feel free to comment below in the video. We're going to go ahead and give him his first adjustment here today. So we're going to start with your left side up, Eddie. So you're going to lay on this side, face me. All right, and bend the top leg here. Good. Okay, so you may hear a pop or a crack. I'm sure you've seen that on other videos, okay? It's just gas being released from the joint, cavitating from the joint, not bone on bone moving, but nevertheless, it does provide people with a lot of relief. And relax yourself here. Okay, and the other side up. So I just adjusted his pelvis because the left pelvis was pulled down and back. Now I'm actually going to adjust the Facet Syndrome. So I'm going to adjust his sacrum, and we're going to bring it down, bend this top leg. And what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this part of his sacrum and bring it down to open up this space at L5-S1 where that nerve exits from the spine. And he's going to feel relief pretty quickly after this. Okay, take a deep breath in and blow all the way out. Good. All right, and on your stomach. Now, when I bend his legs, we might actually see that he can bring his heels to his butt. Let's check. Nope, still the same. That tells me his quads are really tight. The front of his thighs are really tight. Okay, another thing we can do for Facet Syndrome is this. This is called Cox Flexion Distraction Technique. And this does the same thing as that adjustment, but in a different way, different technique. All right. So if, like I said before, if Facet Syndrome is left untreated, it could eventually lead to arthritis and sciatic neuropathy. And that's when you get pain shooting down your legs, and you don't want that. So you haven't had that yet, right? Good. This is doing the same thing. What this is doing is opening up the facets in the lower spine. Just opening up those facet joints. Also called facet gapping or neuroforaminal gapping, meaning we're opening up the foramina where the nerve exits from the spine at each level. We're opening it up here in the back. Okay, now without bending your knee, raise one leg as high as you can. Okay, and down. The other one. Okay, is one leg harder to raise than the other?
This one.
There you go. So we're going to go ahead and cross this ankle over this one. So the reason for that is because his sacrum is rotated. So I know, because he has a harder time lifting this leg, that the sacrum is rotated to that side. And we'll see that right after we correct this here. Okay, uncross the leg there. Good. Now go ahead and raise one up at a time. Okay, well that's going up higher. And the other one? How's that?
Feels better.
Now they go up evenly. Before, this one was a couple inches short, so great. Okay, now where your curve is right through here, we're going to go ahead and adjust that. So I'm going to have you bend your knees.
Like this?
Yep, and take a deep breath in. Good, and blow all the way out. And drop your legs down. Good. Okay. This is another technique called Thompson Technique. You can also do this technique for Facet Syndrome. And his sacrum here, we're going to drive it back down and forward. Just like that. All right, I'm going to have you turn over on your back. And cross your arms in front of you here. Drop your chin down. Take a deep breath in. Come on up. Good. You're going to blow all the way out. Hands up in the air. And relax your arms. So he didn't come in with neck pain today, but he came in with lower back pain. But the neck does have a lot to do with the lower back. L5, the bottom vertebra in the lower back, moves in unison with C1, the top vertebra in the neck. And on the exam, I found that he had a subluxation here. This is a subluxation at C1 and L5. So we're going to correct that. Relax here. Good. Feel that much better, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you're probably going to find that you sleep a lot easier tonight.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to find that you're tired when you get home. That's perfectly normal. You may wake up tomorrow not feeling great again. The adjustment's going to hold for about 24 to 48 hours in the beginning. So I'll see you again in 2 to 3 days. Yeah, Saturday, Halloween. Okay? All right, you're all set.
Thank you.
Come on up. All right, guys. Thanks for letting us shoot a YouTube video. And folks, if you have any questions about scoliosis or Facet Syndrome, feel free to comment below. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Thanks for tuning in.